Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And Scotland have managed to hold on to beat England and claim the CALCUTTA Cup, the first time they have retained it in a number of years. What a performance from the men from Scotland. So many contentious moments in the game. Such an enjoyable game, a game which was on a knife edge pretty much from beginning until end, and a great advert for what Six Nations is all about. Murrayfield is currently rocking, and after years of not having sporting spectacles like this, it is so good to see a game like this come down to the wire, seeing all those fans in there, seeing all the emotion, no mask, sort of COVID be put to the side, and just a brilliant sporting moment. And it was terrific to watch. It really was a fun encounter. Before we break it down, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. In first half, in fact, for a lot of the game, I reckon for about 65 minutes, England were probably arguably the better side. But it all sort of turned with a moment of magic from Darcy Graham, who managed to put Ben White into the corner, who was on as an early HIA replacement. So Scotland actually opened the scoring in the 17th minute after absorbing so much pressure from England. However, England then did hit back through a couple of penalty goals. So it was pretty much close the entire game. It was very rare that either side sort of got away from it. But in the second half, England sort of started to dominate. They had the field territory, they had the possession, they had the opportunities, and Scotland were just under a lot of pressure. They couldn't find their way outside their half. The territory stats, which we'll look at now, will be telling of that. And all of a sudden, that Marcus Smith try and converted suddenly put England in a very commanding position. 17-10, they seemed to have the momentum. However, the biggest moment of the day, Luke Cowan-Dickie conceding a penalty try when he jumped up and knocked the ball deliberately forward into touch in the 65th minute. And that final 15 minutes, Scotland suddenly turned on the heat. Down to 14 men, they found themselves in the England 22, an 8-on-7 scrum. They won a penalty. They decided to go for the points. They actually won a penalty later on, which would have almost sort of sealed it, but it was then reversed because of a neck roll. And it all came down. England turning down points in the 68th minute when they had a penalty on the 10-meter line towards the right-hand side. They went for the corner, and then Scotland managed to actually win the line-out. So it was those small moments across the entire game, which do win you matches. If we look at some of the stats, and the incredible one is when we look at the tackling, stuff like that, because Scotland had an absolutely terrific defensive record during that game. So possession was pretty 50-50. Scotland beat 24 defenders. England beat 8, 2 clean breaks to 3, 11 offloads from England, 11 turnovers conceded by Scotland. But if we look at the defence, Scotland missing apparently just 6 tackles across the entire game and making 105. England missing 20 tackles. So that's kind of, I suppose, a bit of the difference. At the breakdown, pretty even between the two sides. The more defense, I thought, from Scotland was pretty impressive as well. If you look at the set plays, pretty even. No scrums lost from either side, but 2 lineouts lost from England, and that in itself makes a massive difference. And then if you look at the discipline, penalties conceded 13-11, so it's all been pretty even across the entire game, but it just came down to the small margin. I mean, it was only a 3-point game. If you look at some of the individual performances, I thought Matt Ferguson was absolutely terrific. He carried the ball up 8 times, he defended and made 15 tackles and didn't miss a single one. Man of the match effort there, but you look at some of the defensive efforts there from England, Hamish Watson, 11 tackles, none missed. Jamie Ritchie, 8 tackles, none missed. Xander Ferguson and George Turner, 10 tackles. Xander Ferguson, no tackles missed. For England, there was some big defensive efforts. Tom Curry made 16 tackles, did lead from the front, was well supported by the likes of Mario Toja and Kyle Sinclair. But yeah, it's just such an enticing Scottish side. It's such an easy side to watch. And you look at some of the decisions, and I thought that the game management from Scotland was pretty good. When Bradbury came on and Tupolota came on, there was no drop in quality and stuff like that. Whereas take off Marcus Smith when you're trying to get that win is a big call. However, George Ford is, having said that, a very good player. So yeah, let me know what you thought about the game. I thought it was a very good game where England will be sitting there thinking, how have we thrown that away? Because First of all, it's a very good England side. Second of all, they played pretty well. You know, they had their moments, and they probably should have taken them, but the Scottish defence just did not let up. And as a result, England will leave with a losing bonus point, but that is it, whereas Scotland will leave with the Calcutta Cup. Massive smile on Stuart Hogg's face, huge celebrations. What a moment, what an event. Let me know what you thought about the game down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Stephen. I'll chat to you soon.